Now the cameras are on.
We're on
So
TV.
for the viewing audience, we just did "Plastic Jesus" by Tia Blake, made more popular in the Cool Hand Luke movie with Paul Newman was singing the song, and "Atheists Don't Have No Songs," I think is the accurate title.
Yes.
By Steve Martin and the Steep Canyon Band.
Steep Canyon Players.
Okay, yeah, they did the harmony.
Rangers, I'm sorry.
The Rangers.
Steep Canyon
Steep
Rangers.
Canyon Rangers. All right. So, good morning. To who am I speaking?
Good morning, everyone. It's Louise.
Hey, Louise.
And I'm delighted to be able to call you because I've been without power for 9+ hours.
Oh, no.
And miraculously, just as the previous show ended, I saw the clock on my...
It was an act of God.
I saw the clock on my range go on. Like, thank you, Jesus. And then,
God is listening to us.
of all things, you play these two lovely songs. I found them delightful.
Thank you.
Based on your intro, I thought you were going to do something really... Excuse me, I have to clear my throat. Sorry. Based on your intro, I thought you were going to do something really scandalous. And
Sacrilegious.
Yeah, no.
Vatican Rag by Tom Lehrer. And it was a song that I heard as a teenager with my mother. My mother... I have to tell you this nostalgic story, if you don't mind.
Please.
Yeah, go ahead.
My mother had this old-fashioned console radio. You know, it was about 1 foot wide. It was about 6 inches tall. It was in a wooden casing, you know, this blonde wood. I think it was General Electric or Westinghouse. And she would always play that radio. She would play opera. She would play classical music. She loved Mario Lanza. And when it was a song she liked, she'd crank it up. Well, one day the radio just died. And do you remember in those days there was a local shopkeeper who actually fixed electronics? Mm-hmm. You know, if your radio broke, you could bring it. If your phonograph player, you know, your record player broke, you know, it went out with the TV repairman.
Yes.
So my father brought the radio because, you know, my mother was without her music. So my father brought the radio to a couple of guys. They couldn't fix it. So the next thing you know, my father walks in the house one day with this beautiful Zenith. I remember the last one. It was a Zenith. It was about 16 inches wide. It was about 10 inches tall. And, you know, she replaced her, you know, favorite radio, and the prominent place was on top of the refrigerator. And I remember this one Saturday night, you could really get good reception on that third-floor tenement in Central Falls, and she was turning the dial, and she found something that she liked, and it was about 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday. And then all of a sudden, every once in a while, they would intersperse these humorous songs. Well, on came the Vatican Rag by Tom Lehrer. Well, you know, so this is a somewhat mocking song written by a Jewish man. But my mother and I were there, and we were cracking up. We had tears in our eyes. We thought it was so funny. But fast forward decades later, I sang a few bars of that song in front of a friend of mine at work who I knew was a Catholic, as I am. And her jaw just dropped, and she looked at me, and she was horrified. And I'm like, where's your sense of humor? So with that, I'm having trouble picking one. Both had lyrics that I really appreciate. I love the line in Plastic Jesus that said something about in the back seat sinning.
With the plastic Jesus grinning.
That is the best line of the song.
But I think I have to vote for Steve Martin's song. I agree because of the harmonies, but there were more lines that made me literally laugh out loud, not the least of which is Atheist have rock and roll.
Yeah.
I just thought it was clever. We talked the other day about Steve Martin, whether or not he's funny. Well, this proved to me, if he wrote it, to me it proves in this instance he is.
Yes.
Oh yes, yes.
So I'm delighted to be able to listen to you on my own radio, and with power once again in hand, I have chores to do. So thank you all, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you,
You too,
Louise.
Louise.
Good morning. To who am I speaking?
It's Rob from Salem.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
How is everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, Rob, it may rain on Monday. If it does, so we have to push it out to the next day that isn't raining. So
Yeah, just text me. Let me know what you're doing.
we'll let you know.
Okay. Steve Martin. That was a funny. Although I don't think he's funny. I've watched all those movies, The Jerk and everything. It's just there must be something wrong with me because I just sit and watch. Well, what's funny? I don't get it.
He can
But-
be funny, and it's his songs are funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I just
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. Those kind of roles like The Jerk, those are not funny to me. So
Yeah.
Well,
But
it's
I like-
you either like him or you don't. I think
Yep.
it's funny. I have a warped
Absolutely.
sense of humor, so I find it funny.
I did like that song. Hey, what? As my anniversary's coming up in a couple weeks, what memories do you guys have of your weddings? I know ours was 102 degrees, and I remember
102 degrees on his
102 degrees. It was tough. Let me tell you, being in a tux. But I remember going to Boston and driving around in a horse and buggy, taking in Boston Commons. I'm like, what are we doing? I mean, we were just
Young and in love.
yeah. And the funny thing was when we went to Disney for our honeymoon,
That's where we went.
we got
Yeah.
on the bus to go to the park, and the bus driver, looked at us and said, "You know, it's so nice to see a brother and sister traveling together."
Oh, I
Well,
bet.
we just started-
Wah wah.
Yeah, she's like, "This is my husband." She goes, "No one ever said we ever looked alike."
No, that's
So-
supposed to take place only as we get older. I guess when we age, we start looking like each other.
well, Lynn and I got married on Scargo Lake down in Dennis, down the Cape, and it was as the sun was setting. She wanted those particular kinds of pictures, and it wasn't oppressively hot, but we did get on my Harley the next day and go to Provincetown, and it was 200 degrees. I don't know what it was, but the ride down there was so painful that
Yeah,
it
not
just-
even good on a motorcycle.
It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun.
Well, you're sitting in the heat of that motor, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many years you been married, Rob?
33.
Oh, congratulations.
congratulations.
Nice. Very nice. No, we got married. We had our reception at the Beverly Club in Bellingham, which is no longer there. It rained out on our wedding day. It was very hot and humid, and it rained. But here we are, 44 years later, and still married. Had a live rock and roll band at our reception,
And they cooked.
and it was fun.
They
A
were
lot of
great.
people were like, what? But it was good. And we danced to Silly Love Songs by Paul McCartney. And that was it.
Don't ask me what I have no idea. Every once in a while, Father will put on listen, you recognize this? I'm like, yeah, I do. She's, where'd you hear it? I'm like, I don't know. It was our first song. I don't know. So I have no memory of that stuff. But
Hey, you remember the
sure.
important stuff. That's all that matters.
I remember the day. I even remember the night we met. And as a matter of fact, I still have the napkin she wrote her number on 35 years ago.
Wow.
She doesn't have my number, but I still have her
Yeah.
number.
Does she know you still have it?
Oh, yeah. I've shown it to her a couple times.
That's cool. You should frame that. Put a picture of the two of you and put that napkin in a frame with it.
Last night we were cooking dinner, and actually she was cooking dinner, and I was aggravating. But I looked over at my son, and I said, you know, you're going to be 23 in a couple months. I said, well, now you were 23. I said, when I was 23, your mother and I were married, and we bought our first house. He just kind of looked at me like,
Yeah, right, Dad. I'm not ready yet.
yeah, right.
Our youngest lived at home until he was 27. So.
Was he still in his pajamas when you had this conversation?
Yeah.
Jammies.
Oh, well. All right, have a great day, guys.
You too, Rob.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you, Rob. Yeah, we'll take one more call. Good morning. To my speaking?
That'd be Roland.
Hey, Roland.
Hi, Roland.
Okay.
We're doing pretty good. How are you?
So far, so good.
Good.
That's good.
I'm going to vote for Steve Martin.
Okay.
I like Steve Martin, so.
Yeah,
And I
good
think
my butt.
his movie, The Jerk, I found I liked it.
So did
But
I.
I do agree with Gary as far as for certain movies, yeah, they're just a little too stupid for me. So,
They are.
like that's like Dumb and Dumber. I just couldn't deal with that.
Oh,
No.
Dumb and Dumber was dumb.
Yeah, no. I mean, like one of my favorite lines from The Jerk is, you know, he's taking his belongings, and I need the spoon, and he takes his spoon. It's like,
It's like
yeah.
it's like he's making fun of a retarded person, and that's
Yeah, but you know what? I guess when I originally watched it, I wasn't thinking that way, you know? I mean, now working with special needs people my whole life, it's like, yeah, it takes on a different meaning when you watch somebody do something.
People are as sensitive
No.
as they are now, so I think that's a big difference.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, and I do have a plastic hula girl on my car, so that's about the only plastic.
Cool.
Keep on dancing.
Does she move when you drive?
Oh, absolutely.
Cool.
I used to have Betty
Little
Page. So,
What'd you have, Gary?
I used to have Betty Page on my dashboard.
Oh, you don't still have it?
I don't know where it is now. So.
So how do you keep it on the dashboard? Because they're not metal anymore. How does it stay there?
My wife had done alien tape,
Oh, okay.
so, and it hasn't moved yet. Trust me.
Good.
There you go.
Good.
So that's my prediction for today, and you folks have yourself a wonderful day.
All right, very
Thanks.
good.
You too,
Thank you,
Roland.
Roland.
Thank you,
you.
Roland.
Thank you.
And we're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street in Woonsocket. This is ON AM and FM.
WOON, Woonsocket.
New England's most beloved auction gallery is right in our backyard. It's Trudell's Auction Gallery of Bellingham. They were voted the gold medal for the best auction in ON Radio's Best of the Blackstone Valley. Live auctions are held every Monday throughout the summer. Doors open at 8 and the auction begins promptly at 9. Auctions are held indoors or outdoors depending on the week. So check their website, TrudellsAuction.com, to see if this Monday's auction will be inside or outside. Trudell's Auction Gallery, 799 South Main Street, Bellingham, right next door to Arigna's Irish Pub.
Every once in a while, you meet a businessman that you just can't wait to do business with. Steve Peluso of Peluso Precision Automotive at 93 Blackstone Street in Mendon, Mass. is such a man. He specializes in mechanical repairs of vintage and classic cars. And if you don't have one, you'll want to have one just to share the experience with Steve. Maybe you had one in the past, never had a resource like Peluso Precision Automotive to keep it running and chase down parts for you, but now you do. Stop in and see Steve, and Steve will steer you in the right direction. Call Peluso Precision Automotive at 508-478-8900. That's 508-478-8900.
This ON AM and FM forecast brought to you by Timeless Antiques and Collectibles, 91 Main Street in Woonsocket. Timeless Antiques and Collectibles, 257-5796, 257-5796. Gradually clearing skies, a high of 84 degrees and a breeze from the west. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight low of 54 degrees. Friday's weather, sunshine in 78. Saturday, sunshine in 77. Saturday night, some rain comes in. Sunday, it'll rain most of the day. Southwest winds up to 25 miles per hour and a high of 84 Sunday. Monday, sunshine with a high of 78. Tuesdays, sunshine and 82. And next Wednesday, sunshine and 83.
All right, we are back. Yes, there we go. And the lines are open at 401-766-1240. Kathy, do you have a stupid law for us?
I do. and put the TV on, Gary.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is another one for you, Gary. In Nacogdoches, Texas, there's an onion curfew for young women. Under no circumstances are they allowed to have any raw onions after 6 p.m.
Ooh.
No, you say have them. You mean eat them
Eat
or
them,
have them
yeah.
in their possession?
I would assume eat them. You know, no eating raw onions after 6 p.m. I guess that's for all the makeout sessions, you know, that
this
they
is,
don't...
This is clearly a law initiated by the men, the single men in the
yes,
area.
Yes.
So, yes,
So
okay.
that was one for you, Gary, because I
Yeah.
know how much you love your onions. And in California, it's against the law to eat an orange while taking a bath. So do not eat your orange when you're in the bathtub because
always
they're
my
going to come and
favorite
arrest
place.
you.
To eat an
I
orange is the
don't-
bathtub.
I don't understand
I don't
it.
understand why that would ever have been an issue.
I don't know, but who knew that you were taking a bath with an orange in the tub? Like, who knew that?
Yes, I know.
Who's watching?
Yeah. Yeah, you do have to wonder about the enforcers
Really?
of these. So, Tom, do you have a trivia question?
Okay. What concert pianist / comedian included the routine phonetic punctuation in his stage show?
Oh, I know.
It's a concert pianist / comedian, and he included the routine phonetic punctuation in his stage show. Who
That was a funny
he?
routine. too.
Yes,
Yes.
very.
Hilarious. Yeah.
And what Broadway musical featured the song The Impossible Dream? It's a Broadway musical, and it featured the song The Impossible Dream.
That one I know.
I think I know that one too.
And I do know the other one, too. I just can't think of his name.
Very funny.
Good morning. Who am I speaking?
Good morning. It's Louise once again.
Hey,
Hi,
Louise.
Victor Borga.
Thank
Ding,
you.
ding, 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 ding.
I think he's often. I think he's Danish by heritage. I don't
Yes.
know if he said that.
Not to be confused with Victor Buono.
No. Nope.
Of Batman fame,
Yes.
among other things. And the other is I, Don Quixote, the man
Yep.
of La Mancha.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding, ding.
All
Very
right,
good, Louise. The man of La Mancha.
Another funny routine Victor Borga did is he added one to every word that was a number. He added one to it, like a two-face double crosser would be a three-face triple crosser.
Yeah.
He just did a whole routine
he,
on
was,
that.
he was quite funny.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was.
Tennis would be 11ers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had his routines on a VHS tape, and more recently I found some of his works on a DVD, and I was so delighted to find that. And I might end up watching it today based on your question. It reminded me how much I miss him.
Funny man.
I have a commonality as long as I bother to call back.
Okay.
Okay.
Mel Brooks, or I should say Mel Brooks movies, Broadway, and a 3-time host of SNL, Saturday Night Live. It's not going to be easy, but you might get it. So I'll let you ponder that further. Talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Okay.
Louise.
All right. Since the calls, oh no, there's a call. I was gonna play a Victor Borger song here, or excerpt, or whatever you want to call it. But we have calls, and they take precedence. So,
It's Mr. Busy.
good morning. Who am I speaking?
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is John W.
Good
Hey,
morning,
John
W.
W.
Let's talk about Woodstock. And I've got a bit of trivia to
Okay.
toss out there, and let's see how many people can come up with the Beatles songs that were performed at Woodstock.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There's quite a few, surprisingly. The Beatles were still very popular at that point in time. And we're talking about 1969 for the year.
Okay.
All righty, so I'll be listening.
Okay.
Do you want to
Okay.
vote for a song?
I missed that part of the show, unfortunately. I got tied up on a couple of other little projects here. Can you give me quickly the names of the two songs or performers?
Well, we did the comedic side of religion songs today. I did Plastic Jesus by Tia Blake, and Tom chose Atheists Don't Have No Song by Steve Martin. I don't know if you've ever heard any of those.
No, I'll pass on both of those.
Okay.
All righty.
All right. Thank you, John.
I'll
Thanks,
be listening.
John.
Take care. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
So, in the absence of calls, we have a little break here. Let's remind people just how funny Victor Borge was.
It's phonetic punctuation. I invented it many years ago when I first noticed that people who speak together often fail to understand each other clearly. But when we read or write, we use punctuation marks in order to underline the meaning of our sentences. But we do not use them when we speak. So why not integrate punctuation marks in our speech? Then we can underline what we intend to convey to each other verbally. A period will sound like this. A dash. An exclamation point is a vertical dash.
ON 1240.
The summer menu is now in place at Fast Eddie's Cocktails and Dreams. They have fish tacos, seafood casserole, coconut shrimp, grilled swordfish, and so much more. Be sure to check their Facebook page for all their specials. And Fast Eddie's Cocktails and Dreams is now open on Wednesdays for lunch and dinner. Come on down to 350 River Street, Woonsocket for great drinks, great food, and great atmosphere. Fast Eddie's Cocktails and Dreams open Wednesday through Saturday at 11 a.m.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
This ON AM and FM forecast brought to you by Blaze Insurance, where choice and service matter for over 100 years. Visit online at blazeinsurance.com or call 725-0070 for a free quote today. Gradually clearing skies, a high of 84 degrees and a breeze from the west. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight low of 54 degrees. Friday's weather, sunshine and 78. Saturday, sunshine and 77. Saturday night, some rain comes in. Sunday, it'll rain most of the day. Southwest winds up to 25 miles per hour and a high of 84 Sunday. Monday, sunshine with a high of 78. Tuesdays, sunshine and 82. And next Wednesday, sunshine and 83.
All right, we're back. And the lines are open at 401-766-1240. Well, one line's open. All right, good morning. To whom am I speaking?
Well, hello, everyone.
Hello, lovely lady. How
Hi,
are
Lynn.
you?
Good to hear from you.
Oh, thank you. I was summoned. I'm going to go with Plastic Jesus, even though I like the Billy Idol song rendition better. But you know, you probably didn't have it in the library.
I don't know. I listened to different versions of it, and for some reason I went with this one. So
Yeah, it was good.
Yes.
They were both funny.
Yes.
So that's it for today, lovelies.
Okay. How's the cruising in your new car?
I love it. You have to come out with me.
Okay. Anytime. I'm ready.
All right. You guys should come on Tuesday nights to the Beat Barn.
Yeah, well, Tuesday I wasn't available this week, but I would like to, yes. Get there
Yeah, that's
early and
nice.
just sit down with you guys and enjoy the evening.
Yeah, that's what we do. We get there early so we get a shady spot.
Yeah. We'll take our
It gets
chairs.
pretty hot.
Well, next
Yeah.
Tuesday, if it's not 100 degrees, well, we'll make a date.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. Talk to you
All right.
later.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Lynn.
Thanks, Lynn.
Bye.
All right. And good morning. To whom am I speaking?
I don't care if it rains or freezes as long as I got my plastic juices.
Hi, Sheila.
Hey, Sheila.
Well, in 1957, we sang that song all the way to the beach because one of the girls had her license because we were all 16, turned 16 in 57. And that was our theme song. And when whoever said that today, I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I've been strolling down memory lane, but you're really helping me out here. So you know what I'm going to go for.
I sure do. Thank you, Sheila.
Glad.
Also, I happened to come across this little tidbit, and I don't know if you've probably found it in your book or whatever, Kathy, but in Connecticut, it's a law against a barber singing while he's clipping a person's hair.
Oh,
Wow.
really? No, I did not come across that one.
Oh, all right. So I happened to see it. So let me just jot this down. I don't know if you've ever mentioned that at all. So
Huh. That's
Okay,
funny.
well-
You wonder what customer complained because he was singing in their ear.
Somebody who
well,
got cut.
if you went to my brother-in-law, it probably would. No, my brother-in-law thought he was the greatest singer. He was a great barber, but a singer, you know. So I don't know whether he did, but then he was in Rhode Island, so he'd be okay. All right, well, it looks like a beautiful day in the neighborhood, so I
Yeah.
will talk to you another time.
Okay,
All right.
Sheila.
Thanks,
Thank
Sheila.
you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
How about a weird but true? You want one of those?
Sure.
Okay. Brain waves can be used to power an electric train. So if you lose your electricity, hook into your brain and you can run your trains.
I don't believe it.
No, it's
believe that
there. Weird but true. And Hart Island is the final burial place for over 1 million of New York City's unclaimed bodies. On Hart Island, that's where they bury you when nobody wants you when you're dead. In New York. So, pretty sad, I thought.
Yeah.
And the last one is well, not the last one. I have more. You share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world. Did you know that? At least 9 million other people have your birthday.
So there are 9 million other fools besides me.
Absolutely. I wonder how many look like you.
None.
We don't really
You're
know.
unique.
You know, you wonder how many doppelgangers we have out there.
All right, now, Tom.
Yes.
Give us another trivia question.
Okay.
Somebody can call in and answer.
1966 release by Frank Sinatra was his first hit in 2 decades. What was the name of the song? Frank Sinatra released a song in 1966 that was his first #1 hit in 2 decades. What was the name of that song? And how many Bradys were in the Brady Bunch? How many Bradys were in the Brady Bunch? And I'll even throw one more. What game show was hosted by Bill Cullen from 1957 to 1963? The game show host Bill Cullen from 1957 to 1963. What was the show that he did?
Still on.
Yes, it is. It's still on. Very good. Yeah, it happened. So we got Frank Sinatra's song, we got the Brady Bunch, and we got Bill Cullen.
Well, we know it's not Something Stupid because that was 67.
Yep.
I know what it is. There was a song you forgot the words at the end.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Scooby-Dooby-Dooby.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I got the callers.
Maybe your musical clue is registered with someone.
I'll have another beer.
Yeah.
Good morning. To whom am I speaking?
This is Brenda. How you doing today?
Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
I thought I'd call in and see what I can do with some of those trivia questions.
Go ahead.
Go for 'em.
The longest show, Bill Cullen, is The Price is Right.
Ding,
Yeah,
ding, ding,
yeah.
ding, ding,
Very
ding.
good.
Very
You.
good.
Now, the Brady Bunch, there were 2 families.
Yes.
She had 3 and he had 3.
Yep.
But basically, there were only 3 Bradys because the father's name was Brady. So the children, I don't know unless they were adopted.
Yes.
And they assumed the name of Brady. So it's
They were.
the
They
3
were all
Bradys.
adopted on the show. There was a show about them being adopted.
So there were 6 altogether then.
Well, you got to put in mom and dad, too.
That's right. Yeah, how many Bradys? Yeah, that's right. It's to be 8.
You got it. Ding, ding,
That's
ding,
it.
ding, ding, ding. Yep.
And what was the first question, Tom? Frank Sinatra. You know, I love all of his songs, and I enjoyed so much that a show that they had with Dave Russo, Frankie and me, Dave and Frank, and he used to talk so much about Frank and different people he met and how he got to singing this song and why he met this one and how it changed his life and whose life he changed and how he helped things. And I can't think of that song because I listen to him all the time as much as possible. So, but anyway, have a great day and keep cool, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks,
All
Brenda.
right, thanks again.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Brenda.
Bye.
And Paul from Pawtucket has texted me. He's on a bus with 50 other people somewhere out in the west looking at buffaloes.
Oh.
And he wanted to say that he had a glow-in-the-dark plastic Jesus on his.
Oh.
And I know there's 50
funny.
people going, no more jokes. No
Oh
more
my God! Can you imagine? He's got a captive audience. You poor people.
So should I take that as a vote?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Good morning. To whom am I speaking?
Hi, I'm Sinatra. I'm going to say maybe it was That's Life.
No.
No?
Think of the
Okay.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo at the end.
Oh,
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
okay. Yeah, okay. I get you now. Yeah. Okay. Twilight. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay.
What was her guess?
Twilight.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's Strangers in the Night. Isn't it?
Strangers
in the
All right.
Night.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
Gary.
yeah,
That's
okay.
it.
All
Okay,
right.
bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye,
Sheila.
Sheila.
There we go.
Persistent.
Guy calls every day.
He's very persistent.
Good morning. To whom am I speaking?
Ron,
Hey,
Hi.
Hey, Ron.
I'm going to stray off the subject a little bit today.
That's okay.
I do have an answer. I think it might have been Strangers in the Night
You got
It
it.
was,
Frank.
yes.
Ding, ding,
for
ding,
Frank
ding, ding, ding.
Sinatra.
Yes.
And I think a year later, his daughter, Nancy, released These Boots Are Made for Walking.
I like that song.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's just what
I
they'll
do
do.
Because I'm going to walk all over you. Watch out.
Exactly. Hey, do you know it's a known fact that women are a lot more intelligent than men?
That's what they
You know,
keep telling
Ron,
us.
I
so it
think
must
I
be
like you
true.
more and more each time you call.
We only let them
No,
think
it's
they're
a
more
known
intelligent.
I just found this out on my phone the other day. It's a known scientific fact that women have more intelligence than men.
And it's a smart
I
man
agree.
that lets them think so.
No, you don't have to let them think so. They know it and they flaunt it.
Yep. You got it. You are so
All
right.
I'll let you guys go.
All right.
Thanks,
All right,
Ron.
Thanks, Ron.
Rampart out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Ron's a big emergency fan.
Good show.
So I had something I wanted to say, and I totally lost it.
It's gone.
It is gone. Let's do studio vote real quick. Kathy,
Okay, Plastic Jesus.
Tom,
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
and Plastic Jesus. So it's a wash in the
It's a
studio
wash.
here.
Yeah, we're, Tom,
All
we're
right.
up 6-5.
Good morning. To who am I speaking?
Songs that were performed at Woodstock by other performers of Beatles songs. Little Help from My Friends by Joe Cocker. Blackbird, Crosby, Stills and Nash. Strawberry Fields, Richie Havens. Hey Jude, Richie Havens. That's what I got.
All right. And I do owe an apology to Moose from yesterday. He was correct in his pronunciation of presumptuous, and I was wrong. And it takes a big man to admit he's wrong, and I'm a big man. So,
Good for you.
Good for you.
absolutely. Good morning. To whom am I speaking?
Good morning, everyone, once again.
Morning,
Hi,
Louise.
Louise.
Well, I usually don't call this often, but I know you're fighting to get phone calls this morning.
Yeah, for some reason.
Well, it's a cooler morning, so maybe everybody's out doing their business instead
You
of in the
can call
heat.
as many times as you want. There's
Absolutely.
no limitation.
That's
Well,
it.
thank you. And-
You're a
and
caller.
Maybe maybe they, as I was, are without power.
Oh,
yes.
that
yeah,
could be.
that's true.
I didn't even
yes.
think about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any nibbles on my commonality?
And yours was Mel Brooks movie, Broadway,
Movies, yes,
Movies.
Broadway.
and 3-time host. Was it
of
Joel
SNL.
Joel Gray?
No.
No. I'm thinking of all the, like I got the 5-timer club in my head of everybody who's done 5 or more.
No, this person passed away, so they probably.
What was
would've
the
hosted
last
more.
part of it? The
3-time host of SNL.
oh.
The first time was in the first season, and I didn't know. I'll give you a hint. It's a she.
Oh, it's a she.
I didn't know who she was, and she did this song about Mother's Day. I thought it was hysterical because, you know, the song M is for the many things
Yep.
she gave.
Yeah.
Well,
Madeline Kahn.
she sings. Eddie, say it out
Eddie,
loud.
Eddie.
please.
Yes, I can
Madeline
hear it.
Kahn?
Yes,
Ding,
very
ding,
good.
ding.
Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding. Yes.
Yeah.
I just related it to Mel Brooks. That's all.
Yeah.
Good
I don't
man.
remember her doing that song on the
Yeah,
show. I did
yeah.
see that episode.
I thought it was hysterical. And then in another skit, she
That's funny.
portrayed Bianca J.
Yes.
And she kept having this line, what is what? And do you know how many Mel Brooks movies she was in?
No.
No.
Well,
Four.
she was. Yeah,
She's in
she
4?
was. Yes.
Well, I'm sure you all know Blazing Saddles.
Blazing
Yeah.
Saddles,
Oh, yeah.
Favorite
definitely, yeah.
on
Yeah.
the panel, of the panel.
Yeah.
Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
Oh, that was a great
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
And I had to go online, but High Anxiety and History of the World Part 1. And she also won a Tony. I didn't know she was on Broadway, and I'll give you the backstory in a moment. She was on Broadway in a play called The Sisters Rosenzweig, and she ended up winning the Tony for that.
Wow.
And I didn't know she was on Broadway until a couple of weeks ago. I found a CD, and it was called Broadway Divas. And it has some of my favorite artists on it. And, classic Broadway performers. Patti LuPone, Elaine Stritch, Ethel Merman, Liza Minnelli. And then it had Madeline Kahn. And I encourage you, and especially Steve, if he's listening, to go and find online a song called Getting Married Today. It's from Stephen Sondheim's play called Company, his Broadway musical called Company. And several weeks ago, Steve was commenting about the skill that it takes to sing a fast song, and the song in question was Going Down by Mickey Dolenz. This song is comparable to that. And the first time I ever heard this song was by Beth Howland. And if that name rings a bell to you, she played Vera in the TV show Alice. She was one of the waitresses.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love Broadway show tunes. I do. I have a whole collection of Broadway albums. And in this compilation, it was Beth Howland singing Getting Married Today. And to hear Madeline Kahn do it, it's phenomenal. And it's funny. But then to go and see it on the video, I encourage you to seek it out. They were doing a tribute to Stephen Sondheim at Carnegie Hall. And she and two other singers, there are three parts to the song. And she and two other singers pay this tribute to Stephen Sondheim's company. And if you get to go view it online, I encourage you to do so. And speaking of videos, yes, I did go and watch Hurt by Johnny Cash.
And
I was choked. Short of the Klimt, and didn't really cry, but I choked up. It's powerful.
it is.
It is.
Very powerful.
Well, you think
And-
about it, June passed away, I think before that video was released. She went in for open heart
Really?
surgery and didn't make it. And, yeah, she passed away right after they did that video.
There's something in her face. It's just so poignant. And as there's a scene towards the end where is she on a staircase or something? And
Yes.
she's looking down and she's watching him. And there's a poignant understanding.
Yes.
And but you probably said that the other day that she had passed, but to put that in perspective now, I have to go watch again.
You get the sense
Yes.
during the entire song that they're both saying goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
you do. It comes off that
Yeah.
way. Just the way she's looking at him from the staircase.
They're
and-
saying goodbye to each other. They're saying
Yeah.
goodbye to us.
Yeah.
It's-
Yes, he died not too long after she
Yeah.
did. That
Right.
was, he was fragile with that. And then when she passed, it was too much for him to handle. And so.
Well, I always thought that would happen to my father after my mother left, because he was so drawn to her.
Yes.
He loved her so. But Dad surprised me as he often did. But people wouldn't expect that of Richard Nixon and Pat Nixon, but I had read that the same happened to that couple.
Wow.
Well, thank you for letting me share once again.
All right. Thank you, Louise.
Let me know
Thank
what
you.
you think. If you watch that video of Madeline Kahn, please let me know what you think on air. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Good morning. To who am I speaking?
All right, I have a quick question for you.
Yes,
Okay.
Rose.
Who was born Albert Eccles? He changed his name after addressing a couple of people that he really liked. His favorite singer, Dionne Warwick. His favorite actor, Clint Walker. So he changed his name to Clint Warwick. Who is Clint Warwick? We'll leave it for tomorrow. Who's Clint Warwick?
Okay.
I don't know.
Good day.
All right. Thank you, Moose. Good morning. To who am I
Hello?
speaking? Yeah, hello.
I thank you to Louise because I'm watching Getting Married Today, and Madeline Kahn is doing the singing, and she's blowing it up. It's unbelievable. I've heard this before. It's been a long time, but I've heard it, and thank you very much.
And I hope you listened to the rest of what she had to say about your second favorite song.
I did, but it's just, I don't like it. It's sad. It's sad, and it's choking up.
Okay.
It's not what I want to be. I want to be happy and peppy.
Okay.
Just because you have no sense of humor doesn't mean I don't.
Hey, do you want to make me happy?
Bob,
Good morning. To whom am I speaking?
Hi, this is Annie from Fall River.
Hey, you are the last caller of the day. Give us your best.
Okay, I'll make this quick. I'm going to go for Steve Martin in the Atheist song because I'm an atheist myself. However, I have a question for you. Do you believe in extraterrestrial life?
I do
And
not.
I think that if you're an atheist, you have to believe in something, so that's what I believe in.
You know, my father always used to say that when we would have this discussion. Son, you have to believe in something. He didn't care what it was, but you have to believe in something.
yeah.
I believe in a lot of things. I do not believe in extraterrestrial beings. I believe in being good and kind to your fellow man, and
that's good enough.
casting your bread upon the waters, if you will. So that's what I believe in. I believe firmly in the golden rule, and that's
Okay, that's good. That's good enough.
Yeah, it's all we
How
need.
about the rest
It's
of
all
you?
we need. The rest is all superfluous. It's all a way for some person
Well-
to take power over somebody else.
If you let them do it,
well,
you know,
no,
that's
then if
George Carlin has a great quote about religion. I'm not going to say it. I'll have to look it up and say it next week. But it's a great thing he says about it, and it's true. Something about, religion is good, something about using it as a crutch or whatever. I'll get the exact words. But I do believe in how do you say that? Extraterrestrials.
Yeah.
Terrestrial,
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm a huge Star Trek person, more so than Star Wars. And I think if we believe we're the only ones here, then we're very narrow-minded because the universe is so huge.
I didn't say.
No,
I
I'm
didn't-
not saying that. I don't mean you. Let me rephrase
no.
that. I don't mean narrow-minded.
No,
I just think that.
That's not what I was saying. I did not say that I did not believe in life on other planets. I mean, that would be naive, and given the infinity of the universe.
Yeah.
That would be kind of a stupid thing to say. But I don't believe that anyone from another planet has visited this Earth. I just don't. So.
I've never
If they're that
experienced it.
smart,
Okay,
why
guys.
would they come here?
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Well,
I know you got to go, so I just want to say one last thing.
Okay.
Live long and prosper.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Annie. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And with that, we're going to say goodbye. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
And we'll be back we'll be back tomorrow,
Yeah.
actually. Tomorrow,
You've got Friday,
Steve
Gary.
and Lynn and Eddie will be here. And I don't know if it's Johnny Rivers or if it's Van Morrison that they're going to do. They're going to do one of the two. But we'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
WOON Woonsocket.